This video covers the operation of pixel pipe accessories. First, pixel pipe. Pixel pipe is an aluminum structure. It's designed to hold standard 12-inch pixel nodes. There are holes drilled every 1 inch, and of course you can adjust your spacing by simply skipping holes. It's designed to be mounted using our 770 clip, and this is designed to be permanently mounted on a structure. You can add additional spacing if you need to get the pixels away from, let's say, a soffit or a fascia by simply adding our 771 spacers like that. Now, pixel pipe also sometimes may need to be connected with other pixel pipes or to form shapes. And we have a variety of different solutions for that. Now, the first thing to be aware of is we need nice clean edges to ensure that all of the spacing is right. So we have a tool that is here. This is our pixel pipe jig, and there are actually holes up here at the top and holes at the bottom. And you'll notice it says solid corner or hole corner. So if you want a hole to land in the corner on a miter, what you would do is you would put 2 pixels in here right up against the corner and put your jig right over the top of it. You can see that this will create a line. You simply take your marker and mark across that, and that will create an absolute perfect spaced corner with a hole in the middle. Now, if you wish to make a straight cut, for example, using one of our adapters, you want the spacing to be perfectly along each section. Simply move the adapter over here, and there's a hole, or I should say a line, right here. Take your pencil or marker and simply mark in the middle of that. If you cut directly on the line, the length between the holes will be absolutely perfect. And if you wish to make a miter, you can of course move this down and you move it over and now use this edge and you will create a perfect 45-degree angle. So this jig is very useful and only one is necessary per order. Now, once you have your edges cut, you may wish to make them into various different shapes. Some of these are, for example, the cross. The cross might be used to make a frame with squares or rectangles. If you only need 3 sides, you can cut off one edge. So you can have a 3-way instead of a 4-way if you need to. Now, we also have 90-degree corners. Of course, that seems obvious. We would have these in corners where we are putting, let's say, frames around windows. And these are straight 90s. Now, we have that with a hole in the corner, or we have it without a hole in the corner. So it has the pixels directly. So this would not have a pixel in the corner. This is probably more useful if you're using pixels where they do not line up. Now, let me go ahead and put this into the product and you can see. Now it's a nice tight fit. It's not intended to fall out, so it doesn't just wiggle out. So there is a little friction when you put them in. And you put another piece in here, which of course has already been cut using the jig. And so the jig would have already been marked for the exact spacing. So the center to center spacing of each of these holes is perfect. Now, this allows you to put a pixel in the corner. When you're doing that, you need to make sure that your measurements are accurate to adjust for your spacing. For example, if you're putting 1 pixel every inch, this is not a problem. You simply just go around the corner and you just keep going. If you're using 2-inch spacing, you would want to make sure that your corner is where you start your pixel. So pixel, no pixel, and so on. So you may have to add additional length or shorten your length to get the pixels to land exactly so that you have a corner pixel in each one. Now, if you don't need that, again, you can also use the no pixel in the corner splice. Now, of course, a lot of this is going to be straight runs, and these straight runs will simply just be pieces connected together, and you may want to put up more than one of these sections at a time. Now, these are each 59 inches, and you may want to put up, let's say, 2 of these at a time, and make sure that they're easily held together and also that they are easy to turn. For example, if you're angling them, you want them to move together so you don't have to manipulate 2. Now, it's important to understand, even though that this looks like this is a symmetrical part, it's not. You'll see that one side has a flat surface and one side has a rib surface. The part number is also in on the top of the surface that will be facing up or towards the viewer. So the part with the part number slides in as you can see here, and it creates a little spacer. This keeps it from going in too far. Now, you can see that the pixel goes through this hole. That's to ensure that the item does not come out. Now, even though if you're not running 1 inch, if you're running 2 inch, for example, you may have a hole missing, but these are strong enough, as you can see here, to create a connection so that it is not going to come loose. Okay, so we have one additional item. You may have unfinished edges that come to an end and that may be exposed to the public, or you just want a cleaner look. And here's the cap. You simply take the cap and you slide it on here, and you can now see that there is a cap on the end that creates a nice smooth plastic edge as opposed to any kind of rough edge from the cutting. So this is the Pixel Pipe product accessories. If you have any question, of course, always feel free to reach out to HolidayCoro for assistance.